Hello, guys. Welcome back to another video. You guys won't believe what went down today in the NBA's playoff madness. This might be the wildest first round game we've seen as the Oklahoma City Thunder beat the Memphis Grizzlies by 51 points. This is absolutely incredible as a 51 point blowout is the fifth largest margin in NBA playoff history. The biggest problem with the Grizzlies, again, as I had said previously, is their defense, and specifically with their struggles defensively and the way that they've been playing in this series. I do not think that they will end up beating the Thunder or making it very far in the playoffs until they can figure out their perimeter defense out. The next game that we had was the Boston Celtics versus the Orlando Magic, and the real question with Boston is this the start of a new dynasty? As in this game, they took an Orlando Magic team which has competed consistently against great teams all season and made them look like a regular season game where they were just consistently winning. The Magic did come back a little bit in the third and the fourth quarter, and Jason Tatum played a great game, even though he didn't score that much as he has been getting into himself in the playoffs. The best player this game was Paolo Banchero, and the best player on the best team was Derek White. Derek White scored 30, being the person who carried the Celtics over the hump, and Paulo Banchero put his everything out there the same way that Giannis did yesterday to try to get Orlando to win, but at the end of the day, it wasn't enough. When looking at the next game, which was Cleveland and Miami, the biggest question is how did Ty Jerome become the Cavs' secret weapon? Like, how did Ty Jerome become this secret weapon which we didn't even know about? As the Heat and the Cavs game was one of the more competitive ones we saw today. The final score doesn't say it, as it's 121 to 100, and it looks like a blowout in terms of the Cavs blowing out the Heat. But when you look at into the game and specifically into the differences that happen in the game, we could see that the fourth quarter, the Heat came within 7 points. 7 points in the NBA is two possessions. If you play accordingly, get stops on defense, and consistently play the right way. Apart from that, we saw Donovan Mitchell get 30 points. Of course, Ty Jerome, as I said, added 16 points in the fourth quarter, hitting consistent threes, making sure his team was up, and hitting back to back looks to make sure that his team was in the lead the whole time as they cruised to the win. Bam Adebayo led the Heat with 24 points, 9 rebounds, being great. And I feel like the Heat are going to have to put up a stronger fight on offense if they want to beat the Cavs. Finally, the Golden State Warriors versus Houston Rockets. Curry scored 21. Curry scored 31. I'm sorry. While Jimmy Butler scored 25. In my opinion, what I did see from this game is that Steph Curry just reminded of I'm sorry. Steph Curry just reminded us of who runs these playoffs. As when looking into the Warriors season, it was kind of hard to tell come playoff time if they made it, how good they were going to be. But when Steph Curry steps into that playoff stage, specifically in the latter half of his career now, he's become better, better, and better every single time. There was a defensive clinic in terms of the way that they held Houston to only 85 points, offensive explosion by Curry and Jimmy, but I do feel like their concerns are still there. Every possession in most of these Warriors games feels like a game seven. It feels intense. And I feel like the reason why is because you don't know who's going to score the ball 90% of the time. As sometimes they'll run the ball friendly system that got them a championship in 2017, 2018, but sometimes they'll run the Steph heavy system that won them a championship in 2015. In my opinion, I do believe that there is some doubt towards the Warriors, but their experience is something that can never be doubted, as they made the number 2 seed look like a baby seed in the playoffs first round. Finally, when looking at these playoffs as a whole, I feel like the momentum has completely shifted in certain series just from the first game. I don't like to throw that out there lightly. And in my last video, I said that we're still in game one. But I feel like that for the Grizzlies series and for the Magic series, those series are decided. The reason why is because I do not believe that the Magic can put up a much better performance than what they did yesterday. Paolo 36, Franz Wagner 23. And even though some of their other guys struggled, it's like when your two best players are giving you 59 points in a playoff game and you only score 86, then that means that the rest of your team has a problem. When you look at the Grizzlies, they need more defense. They need another star. They need some reform. As Ja was the only one who scored 17 or more, not named Marvin Bagley, which is crazy. Finally, for the Heat and the Warriors, I feel like those series are not done yet, as the Heat showed a lot of fight, and we know that their coaching can push them past. I'm a Heat fan, so I do have bias. And for the Warriors and Rockets, obviously, experience is very important, specifically when looking at a Rockets team that had never even made the playoffs as a real threat before. So, yeah, those are my opinions on the games today. We have more games tomorrow, we have more games on Wednesday. And yeah, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for watching. Have a great one. Like, subscribe, comment, like, subscribe. Yeah. Peace.